Marius, wake up! What's wrong today? You look as if you've seen a ghost. Some whine and say, what's going on? A ghost, you say? A ghost, maybe. She was just like a ghost to me. 1 minute there, then she was gone. I am agog, I am aghast. Is Marius in love at last? I've never heard him ooh and ah. You talk of battles to be won, and here he comes like Don Juan. It's better than an opera. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the soundtrack from Les Miserables, one of my favorite musicals. But that last line, Don Juan in an opera, lately, my husband and I, since he's had his surgery when he came home from his double bypass surgery, we've been sleeping in separate bedrooms. Normal procedure for going to bed is you turn The Simpsons on TV and that's what you fall asleep to. Well, he's been listening to The Simpsons in the other bedroom, and I have yet to figure out all the different remote controls for the bedroom and the room I'm in. So I have actually been listening to a variety of different music when I am trying to go to sleep. And lately, what I have been listening to is opera. Don't know why, but it the one that I'm listening to, it sounds a little bit like a lullaby for me. It is a very calming, relaxing sound to me. I don't understand any of the words. Andrea Bocelli, Italian opera slash pop. he That's what he is described as when you start doing a little search on him online. I've really been enjoying the music. Again, like I said, it's almost as if it's a lullaby that I am listening to. And it made me think of the first actual opera that I attended, which is, and I know I'm going to butcher the pronunciation, Aida, which was actually an opera, and it was originally produced back in 1871. It's Egyptian type of story, and I actually saw this back in January 1994 when I was visiting and traveling in Eastern Europe. Actually saw it at the Opera House in Sofia, Bulgaria. Very interesting. I was exposed to a lot of different cultural events while I was in Eastern Europe. And I enjoyed the opera, but not enough to continue going back on a regular basis. About 10 about 15 years ago, my husband did decide to surprise me. We had planned a trip out to Las Vegas, and it was right around the time of my birthday. And he splurged and he got us front row center tickets to the Phantom of the Opera. I know that he was not excited about going, but it was for me, so he would pull up the bootstraps and he would march through that entire show. Oh my goodness. He loved it more than I did. About a year or so later, he went back to Vegas by himself. I believe I had a weekend of Toastmaster events, so yes, I gave him permission to go by himself. He went and got tickets for Phantom of the Opera again because he had enjoyed it so much. But instead of front row center this time, he got a seat way up in the balcony, completely different view of the stage and what was going on through that entire production. And also, that first time when we had come home from seeing Phantom of the Opera, he said, "Oh, we need to get that soundtrack. We need to listen to it." I said, "Honey, go look through our CD rack. I'm sure you'll find several different versions of Phantom of the Opera right there for you." Several of the songs from Phantom of the Opera are now on his regular music playlist, especially when he picks his reading playlist. That is one of the options that is in the rotation. Don't know which operas that you may or may not enjoy, that you may or may not have been exposed to. Maybe that's something for you to check out. With all the different streaming services, YouTube, there's so many different opportunities to explore and learn about those different events, the different type of musical genres. Maybe that means I should talk about polka at some time because, that was Papa's favorite. Anyway, this is day 5 of our 77-day video challenge. Opera Andrea Bocelli. I encourage you, go and check out some of his music. It is enjoyable. Thank you. Have a good night. Sweet dreams. We'll see you tomorrow.